I'm going to talk about menstruation, because for most adolescent girls, it is a daunting task and the most devastating moment every month. But for some, enjoying the excruciating abdominal pain for days is the last thing they would wish for. But for those engaged in sports, menstrual pain is nothing to worry about. As the Alcon 2018 kicks off, some girls of the Nimobi Ladies Football Club tell Gary Al Smith the health benefits afforded them in sport are enormous and there's no need worrying about menstrual pains.
According to UNICEF, overall, a woman spends approximately 2,100 days menstruating, which is equivalent to almost 6 years of her life. The monthly flow of blood can be discomforting and even painful. But girls who take part in physical activities are usually rewarded by nature in a special way, as Princess and Bilquis attest.
For me personally, when I'm having my menstrual cycle, I don't feel much pains.
When I get my menstruation, it comes quickly and goes quickly, so that I'll be free.
Because I'm always active, I always go for jogging, doing physicals and things. So when I'm in my month, it flows freely. And I think for other sports girls too, it happens to them that way because it makes your system so active and strong. So like the pains is not as compared to those who are not into sports. Like they feel much pains whenever they are in their cycle, yeah.
In recent years, keeping fit has become something of a craze among young women in the urban areas, with gym subscriptions going up as the Ghanaian population becomes more health conscious. Some facilities charge up to 500 cedis or about $100 per month. Yet, many of these young women could save a lot of money had they cultivated a habit of physical activity in their formative years.
All right, so follow our hashtags. That's hashtag girls in sport, hashtag let her play for more, and an all to play for will be, I would like to say that obviously it's not all the health benefits you can enjoy whilst engaging in sport activities. In fact, there are numerous health benefits, and to help appreciate some of these health benefits, to encourage us to be more sporty, you know, and support others in their sporting disciplines, I'm joined by Skype by Dr. Prince Pambo, who's a medical director in charge of the 2018 Africa Women's Cup of Nations. Dr. Pambo, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I'm wondering, were you listening to the story earlier?
Yes, I was, and thank you so much.
Okay, so is this really true? I mean, from a strictly health scientific perspective, is it really true, or is it something that is yet to be, you know, thoroughly tested?
Okay, so if I look story well, the fact that girls or females are healthier compared to exercise, and then also males who do not have to have issues with menstrual pain. Yes, so the first of it is it's actually true that any individual who engages in physical activity, of course, is healthier than any person.
Okay.
The latest research indicates that for some people who is physically active, chances of dying are 4 times less than somebody who is not physically active. That is proven. Now, in differences or dysmenorrhea, menstrual pain, in the first place, ladies who are engaged in sports or who exercise up to a particular intensity would actually have...
Having a difficulty hearing you, and I don't know if we'll have to take a break and work this out so I can hear you properly, but I'm having a difficulty with your audio there. If I hear you right, what you're saying is that it is indeed true that anybody who is involved in any sort of physical activity tends to be healthier, tends to be, you know, much healthier than others who don't. That's correct, right?
That's correct, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I also have with the latest research that a person who is physically active actually has 4 times less chances than somebody who is sedentary. And this is some research this very year. And we have actually confirmed that the risk factors associated with sedentary lifestyle is actually worse than somebody who smokes, drinks, and eats food together. So this is also that have been released this year. Buttress to support the physical activity is actually key to staying very healthy.
Dr. Pambo, I have to take a very quick break so we sort this thing out and get back to you so we can hear in full what you're saying, the point that you're making, because we do hear you at a point, but then it looks like the sound isn't so smooth and it's not so consistent. But Dr. Pambo, do hang on there for us. Let's fix this. You're still watching The Pulse with me, Gifty Andopia. We're talking about ALCON 2018. Now we're looking at the medical side of the conversation. And as far as women involved in rigorous sports is concerned, so we're engaging Dr. Pambo, who is the medical director at ALCON 2018. We'll get back. Let's fix this audio problem. We'll be back in a jiffy. Hey, welcome back. Let's try to read Dr. Pambo again. But in the meantime, Baba Tando is still here with me in the studio. Now, Baba Tando has been involved in a lot of sporting activities, well, from when she was much younger. She has an experience. In fact, she has had 2 kids already. We'll find out from her what her life story is. Baba, tell us about your story.
All right. So, I'm not sure it's with everybody, but for me, I think that being an active sports person right from my days in primary school through until up
What
until
sort
now.
of sports were you into?
Okay, so I was playing volleyball, I was playing hockey, a bit of netball, and then now I play tennis in addition, and then I was running as well. And I think that it was just up until some 4 or 5 years ago that I got to know that because of my level of activeness, it actually attributed to the fact that I wasn't getting too many menstrual problems, like unlike my other female peers. So I'd have my period and absolutely problem free, no pain, nothing. Just starts and then it finishes just like that. And then it happens that is because I hear scientifically it has something to do with your pelvis and the fact that things around your abdominal area are always in good shape and running when they have to, and going back to shape when they have to. And it happens also that, or it happened that my first pregnancy, actually, I didn't really have any problem, labor pain or
nothing like that.
So here's the thing.
I don't know if there's anything.
Here's the thing. I mean, regular sporting activity will aid you. There are times when you actually skip your menses when you're a regular sports person. So like the footballers, the hockey players, the athletes. Let me put it that way. There are times when 2 months, 3 months, you may not get your menses.
Even though you're not having sex. Even though you're not having unprotected sex.
Even though you're not pregnant. That's what it is. And it's proven medically. And then, but the other athletes who train excessively and do not take their nutrition seriously may end up skipping more menstrual cycle periods than the regular people.
And what that does is that it hampers your ability to give birth.
Well, I know medically there are problems with collecting dirty blood in your system, and we know what dirty blood can do to your system and all of that. So it's actually true, and I concur with what Dr. Prince Pambo is saying, because I have personally experienced it. I mean, little labor problems,
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to have both your first and second children?
Okay, so I had one normal birth. I had one Induced.
Okay.
No, cesarean section. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one was actually when I had to go through the normal labor and everything.
And it was very easy.
It was very easy. And you know what? I think I've heard this story also about a porter at a market. Oh no, in fact, porters at the market. I went to do a story at the Mamobi Polyclinic, and this is what happened. They said that look, these porters come. There will be people who will be struggling for hours trying to push, you know, go through the full labor cycle and then push and all of that, but they struggle. But these head porters come, and within a matter of minutes, they are done and they are gone.
Look how we said it at the same
exactly.
time.
And so I sought to find out from the midwife what really attributed to that, and she says these people are active. They are constantly on the move, going, coming, and you know, it aids your pelvis region and your abdominal, you know, region.
So apparently, if I allowed Baba to go on and on about this, she might go on and on, and you know, might have another child. You know, we don't know.
Not ready
but let's try to finish this conversation up with Dr. Pambo on the phone. Dr. Pambo, you were making a point earlier about overdoing these, you know, sporting activities.
Yes. So just to mention, I mean, and I think your guest in the studio, my very good friend, is actually very learned in these issues than myself. I think
she's actually very experienced.
What I mean is that over-exercising actually creates what we call energy deficit. So what it means is that you are burning more calories than you are putting in. We realize that, for instance, people who are gymnasts, people who are endurance athletes, females who are cyclists, I mean, as in marathon cyclists, because they would want to maintain some weight level, they actually over-exercise whilst not eating much. So what it means is that you are burning more calories than you are taking in. And for any female, once you put yourself in that situation of a negative energy balance, that is losing more than you are putting in, then obviously the first thing that will be affected would be your fertility or menstrual issues. This is something we have seen in a lot of ladies who are over-exercising. So that is a point I need to put across. So yes, playing volleyball every day, maybe recreational volleyball, swimming, going on a walk daily. Those are things we call moderate exercises, and they do have very positive effect on fertility. So people should not get me wrong. So for even some women who are on hormone replacement therapy, wanting babies, one of the things we do advise is that they should do moderate intensity exercises. They do help with fertility. But once you cross the line and begin to over-exercise and begin to eat less because you want to maintain some weight, then negative energy balance, and then infertility or delays in getting pregnant set in. So that is the caution. I mean, if you interview a lot of our footballers, if you interview most of our females who are addicted to gyms, you realize that your cycle begins to get distorted. So for any female who is very crazy about exercises or an exercise freak, then the moment your menses begin to get altered, then you need to watch out to know that you are tipping into a negative energy balance, and it will affect fertility. And of course, its effect on, I mean, having children and pushing well. Once your muscles are well developed, I mean, pushing, you don't spend any time in the labor ward, and you are always good to go once you get there.
All right, Dr. Pambo, we say very thanks to you, and thanks a lot for your patience as well whilst we've been trying to sort this sound out. Dr. Prince Pambo, there is a medical director for Alcon 2018, correct?
Yeah. I mean, he's actually the medical sports doctor, more or less. We like to call him that, but he's the health director for, you know,
for that. Baba, your very final words again about if you have to advise women who like to, you know, like Dr. Pambo
train excessively.
Yes. Well, I mean, why do you strike the balance?
You see, it will be very difficult. I mean, like he mentioned, you know, so for you to be a cyclist and use a certain type of bike, you need to maintain a certain type of weight. For a boxer, if you're going into a fight and you have to, I'm talking about female boxers here, and you have to meet a certain weight category, you would have to shed off a lot of you know, fat to be able to get there. And it only means excessive training.
Okay.
And if you are training excessively, you are actually hampering your muscles. You're injuring your muscles. And here we are, we don't eat well here too. But if it is that you're even eating well, maybe it can compensate in a certain way. Okay. But the excessive training, I think
it has to be done advisedly.
But hey, I can't say this because I may be putting somebody's cycling profession on the line.
Not necessarily. I think they'll listen to you if they want to.
Well, at least if you want to train excessively, eat well.
Eat well.
Yeah.
Eat well.
And sleep well. Sleep, have good rest, and drink a lot of water.
Okay. Baba, thank you very much for coming. Being here the first time, being here for the second time for All to Play For as well. It's all about women playing football.